On January 1, 2025, a tragic incident unfolded in New Orleans' French Quarter, where a vehicle plowed into a crowd of New Year's Eve revelers, resulting in 10 fatalities and 30 injuries. Incident overview. The event occurred around 3:15 a.m. at the intersection of Canal and Bourbon Streets, a bustling area known for its vibrant nightlife. Witnesses reported that a white pickup truck crashed through barricades at high speed, striking numerous pedestrians. After the collision, the driver exited the vehicle and began firing a weapon, prompting police to return fire. Emergency response. New Orleans Emergency Medical Services (NOEMS) responded swiftly, transporting the injured to 5 local hospitals: University Medical Center, Touro Hospital, East Jefferson General Hospital, Oxnard Medical Center Jefferson Campus, and Oxnard Baptist Campus. The city's administration declared it a mass casualty incident, mobilizing additional resources to manage the crisis. Investigation and motive. Authorities are treating the attack as intentional, with New Orleans Police Department Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick describing the driver's actions as very intentional behavior. The motive behind the attack remains under investigation, and officials have not yet confirmed whether it is being classified as a terrorist act. Community impact. The incident has sent shockwaves through the New Orleans community, particularly as it occurred during a time of celebration. Mayor LaToya Cantrell referred to the event as a terrorist attack, expressing deep condolences to the victims and their families. The French Quarter, a historic and cultural hub, is now grappling with the aftermath of this tragedy. Ongoing developments. As the investigation continues, authorities are urging the public to avoid the area and to report any information that could assist in understanding the circumstances leading up to the attack. The identities of the victims and the perpetrator have not been released, pending notification of next of kin and further investigative procedures. Conclusion. This devastating event has cast a somber shadow over the New Year celebrations in New Orleans. The community, along with local and federal authorities, is now focused on supporting the victims, understanding the motive behind the attack, and ensuring the safety and resilience of the city's residents and visitors. The tragic event in New Orleans on January 1, 2025, left the city and the nation in shock as details emerged about the horrifying attack that claimed 10 lives and injured 30 others. This incident has brought attention to public safety measures during large gatherings and raised questions about the motives and methods of the attacker. The scene of the incident. The attack took place in the French Quarter, a popular tourist destination known for its vibrant culture and nightlife. The area was crowded with revelers celebrating the New Year. At approximately 3:15 a.m., a white pickup truck rammed through barricades, mowing down pedestrians at high speed. Witnesses described scenes of chaos, with people screaming, running for cover, and attempting to help those injured. Eyewitness accounts. Eyewitnesses reported hearing a loud crash followed by gunfire. Some described the vehicle accelerating into the crowd, with no signs of slowing down. One witness, Maria Sanchez, said, "It felt like a war zone. People were screaming and running everywhere. It was supposed to be a night of celebration, but it turned into a nightmare." First responders. Actions. Emergency services were quick to respond. Within minutes, New Orleans Emergency Medical Services (NOEMS) arrived on the scene. Paramedics worked tirelessly to stabilize the injured, while police secured the area and attempted to apprehend the suspect. Hospitals in the vicinity were overwhelmed, activating mass casualty protocols to handle the influx of patients. The perpetrator and his actions. The driver of the vehicle, whose identity has not yet been officially released, reportedly exited the truck and began firing a weapon into the crowd. Police officers on duty in the area responded by engaging the suspect, eventually neutralizing him. Officials have not yet disclosed whether the shooter was killed or taken into custody. Authorities are investigating the suspect's background and any potential affiliations. Investigative progress. As of now, the investigation is being led by the New Orleans Police Department, with support from federal agencies, including the FBI. Officials have stated that they are examining surveillance footage, witness statements, and forensic evidence to piece together the sequence of events and establish a motive. Possible motives. Speculation about the motive behind the attack includes theories of terrorism, mental health issues, or a personal vendetta. New Orleans Police Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick has emphasized the need for patience as investigators work to uncover the truth. "We owe it to the victims and their families to ensure a thorough and unbiased investigation," she said. Community and family impact. The incident has left families grieving and a community reeling. Vigils are being held across the city to honor the victims, with local leaders urging residents to come together in solidarity. Mayor LaToya Cantrell described the attack as a heinous act of violence that has shaken our city to its core. Safety concerns and public response. The attack has reignited discussions about security measures during public events. Critics have pointed to the need for stricter vehicle access controls in crowded areas, especially during large gatherings. Others have raised concerns about the availability of firearms and the potential for such incidents to escalate. Local businesses in the French Quarter have expressed fears about the economic impact of the tragedy, as tourists may feel apprehensive about visiting the area in the aftermath. National reaction. National leaders, including President Joe Biden, have condemned the attack and offered condolences to the victims' families. In a statement, the president said, "This senseless act of violence is a reminder of the work we must continue to do to ensure the safety of all Americans." Victims' stories. The identities of the victims are being withheld until families are notified. However, local news outlets have begun sharing stories of those who were injured, including a young couple celebrating their engagement and an elderly man who was visiting New Orleans for the first time. These personal accounts have added a human dimension to the tragedy, highlighting the devastating loss and the resilience of the survivors. Future implications. The New Orleans attack is likely to have far-reaching implications, prompting discussions about urban planning, law enforcement preparedness, and gun control legislation. The city's response to this tragedy will also serve as a case study for handling mass casualty incidents in urban areas. Conclusion. As New Orleans mourns this senseless loss of life, the community, law enforcement, and leaders are united in their determination to seek justice and prevent such tragedies in the future. The road to healing will be long, but the spirit of resilience that defines the city is expected to guide its residents through this dark time.